Now, you may have found a lot of great hip exercises, but some of them can be a little bit too intense or require a little bit of awareness and skill that you just might not have right now at this exact time. So what do? Well, that's when I come in and I share some exercises with you that are going to help you when you're first getting started to ease into it. And over time, as you become more aware and more skilled with your body, you can start to dabble in the other stuff. So this video is going to be really nice and smooth so that if you don't have any experience or you're just really not confident with how your hips are moving, you will hopefully start to feel some really good relief and then be one step closer to becoming stronger in your lower body, because we all love that, right? So we're going to start grabbing a towel. So I'm sure you've got a towel at home, and I'm going to get you to roll it up just about this thickness or so. And I want you to place it under your right hip. So if you have a sore right hip, I'm going to get you to do that. And just watch me as I do this. So the towel is going to be rolled like this, and I'm going to put it underneath my right hip like this. This is going to be the first step. And this might either, one, make you feel completely off balance, or it's gonna make you feel amazing. So take a few seconds and notice how you feel. If it doesn't feel great, move it. If it feels, perfect, keep it there. And then just breathe in and out, holding your rib cage here, and just feel that whole area open and lengthen down. Breathing in and out nice and smoothly through your nose. You wanna make sure that your neck doesn't feel tight, your shoulders are down, and you're just holding that diaphragm and feeling everything expand nicely. You want to make sure that you are also not over inhaling. We don't need to overdo it. Just giving yourself that nice room to expand wherever you feel needed. And then after a few seconds here, I'm going to get you to roll on over to your tummy. So you're going to place the towel under your right side, but I'm just showing my left, but you can do your right. Just like that, right around the bony bits. Get to know that area. And then depending on your pelvis or depending on your stomach or chest area, if you have a lot more weight in the front, you might need to thicken up the towel. So I'll just let you adjust that, play with it. And then from here, you're going to take your head down and you're just going to take a little nap on your hands with your forehead like so. Now, when you're doing this, please continue doing it while I'm talking. You should feel a nice feeling of openness around the back, the pelvis, and around the rib cage, if this is a good exercise for you and if this is the starting point that you need to be in. So allow yourself to just kind of melt here for another few seconds or so. And if that's feeling fantastic for you, woohoo, great, I'm so happy. If not, don't worry, we've got another beginner-friendly one that I'm gonna share with you. So all you're gonna need is either 2 yoga blocks, or you can also use some books, so whatever you have handy. So getting set up, we're gonna place our blocks down on the floor and we're gonna just have our hands on them while we position ourselves so that our leg is in a 90-degree position and our back leg is in about a 90-degree position. And as we hang out here, we wanna make sure that our foot stays grounded on the floor, but we don't want our knee to cave in, and we also don't want our knee to spill out like this. So just make sure your foot is on the floor. And then from here, you're just going to breathe in and out through your nose, nice and relaxed. You should feel a really good stretch in around your inner thighs. And just being in this position, you might also notice other sensations. You might feel the back of your hips opening up or tense, like tingling in a little good way. And then I'll get you to switch, go to the other side. And from here, one really important takeaway is that my back leg, I'm not on the kneecap, I'm below the kneecap. So just notice that difference. Not here, here. This just gives me a lot more stability for my body and keeps me really safe. And again, just making sure that foot is grounded down on the floor so that you feel also nice and safe with this part of your leg. And you might notice the difference between the right and left side. You might have a really good stretch in the inner thighs, or maybe you feel nothing. You let me know. So breathing in and out nice and smoothly through the nose. And then the last exercise we're gonna do, This one I find to be such a lifesaver, and you will know if it's just exactly what you need right away. So there's two ways that I go about it. So please bear with me as I explain it. So we're first going to start with our knees open at about shoulder width apart, toes together, and keeping our arms nice and straight, neck line nice and open. And we're just gonna shift our hip bones back and forth. And as we wanna do this, we wanna make sure that our butt doesn't wink. So that means that we don't round our back right away. So we actually just have to try to maintain this neutral position. So not curled, neutral, just like a happy booty, happy dog kind of position. And then just shift that hip bone back and forth here, and making sure that every time we go back, when we return back to that center, our weight's below the kneecap, not on the kneecap. See the difference again? So I will emphasize that a lot. So not here, here. This is the starting position. This is the end position. And you only go as far as you can to the point where your spine feels neutral. Yes, you might be able to go all the way, but if you go all the way and then you round your back, that defeats the purpose of the exercise. So just going to where you can go, and that's gonna look different for everybody. And then after a few reps, if this is feeling good, notice the difference that you feel in the back of your pelvis here, your lower back. I'm going to get you to then just take your knee, your right knee, and just a tad, just bring it over a few mil forward. So just watch me again. If you can see, my right knee just moves forward, just that little bit. So if I'm doing my left side, just so you can see, just that little bit forward. So I just take that tiny little movement, and then I continue to do the exercise. And depending on your hips, if you are quite tight, you might notice a release on one of your sides. So I'm just starting with the right side here, but that might not be what you want. You might need to do the left. So just go back, bring both legs even, and then bring my left leg just a little bit forward, and then go back and forth here. And whichever side you feel open sensations around here is the side that you know that, ooh, yeah, that's the right one. But some people, they might not feel anything in either. So don't freak out if that's you, okay? You might just feel completely good just by keeping both knees at that same length and going back and forth. And the good news is that this is the point we want to reach. We want to not have to always have one leg a little bit more in front. We just do that temporarily, maybe do it for a few reps just to kind of loosen things up, and then bring both knees back to the same starting point, and then go back and forth. And then over time, every time you would just kind of shift your hips back like that to stretch, you generally will always want to just keep them both in alignment, unless of course you're a bit locked up on one side, you just do that tiny adjustment. So give this a go. I hope it's really helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future updates.